What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you the Crusader starter build, Greater Rift build, speed build, pretty much all in one build for patch 2.4.3 season 9. Not much has changed since we last revisited the Thorn starter builds back 8 months ago, I think, back in April. Yeah, April 1st of all days. But this season I'm trying to update all my old guides and just, refine them, retune them, and make sure they're up to date for everybody. And I'm happy to report this build has not changed. It's incredibly strong. In Season 9 here, we get the Invoker set as part of Hadric's gift. So it's an incredibly strong start, especially if you just want to go through, get your season journey done. Even mastering a set dungeon is really easy. The Invoker set has a very cake set dungeon. It's just good for speed, killing things at a fast rate, farming keys, just generally, solo pushing. You just generally have a really good time. And you can roll with this build all the way up until like the 70s. The link for everything will be down below in the description in the Diablo fans link. I'm going to update my old build from April. Alright, let's jump into stat priorities first. What you want to look for is Thorn's damage, number 1, okay? Number 2 would be cooldown reduction, CDR. Number 3, I would even put movement speed as number 3. And then strength, number 4, and then vit, probably number 5. Okay, these are the stats you want. Okay, the number 1 thing though, of course, is Thorn's damage. If you don't know, Thorn's rolls as a secondary affix. Also, if you don't know, Thorns cannot crit, so it doesn't benefit from critical hit damage, from critical hit chance. So as you can imagine, it's easy to gear for because you don't need crazy double crits and all this crazy stuff. So the general gameplay is you want to ride around on your horse and look for elite packs. You're pretty much just going to go from elite pack to elite pack, hunting them down, slaughtering them. If you're doing the GR20 setup with the 4-piece, you can kill white mobs, like the trash mobs. Just make sure they're dense packs, otherwise you're going to pretty much, time versus efficiency there. You're going to lose a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a break from the gameplay, and I want to walk through the build specifically really quick with you guys. So as you can see in the video, this is what I used, the 4-piece Invoker set with all level 70 yellow gear. You definitely don't want to forget about using the Topaz in your weapon. The Topaz is going to give you at a base level 4,000 Thorns damage. You definitely want to use red gems in your gear. It's going to give you strength. Strength is going to give you Thorns damage and armor, so survivability. In your helmet, you're going to want to use a white gem for CDR. In the cube, I wasn't using anything for the run. I put the Faithful Memory in the cube just because I was going to do some testing for the PTR. But obviously we're not using hammers, so we didn't get any damage from it, or falling sword, whatever. So here's the build. I like the punish, but you can use slash if you choose so. Bombardment, barrel of spikes. Steed charge, spike barding. So as you're riding around, you're pretty much doing damage. That's like a Thorn's horse kind of thing. Iron Skin's gonna be your biggest, strongest cooldown pretty much. So I would, that's why we're stacking CDR really, to get Iron Skin up. And I like using Ingeom in the speed farm build as well. Just kind of keeps all your cooldowns up as much as possible. Concentration, Beta Nails. So if you don't want to use Concentration, Beta Nails, like, you don't have to use it. This is kind of some room for some leeway here. You can use Provoke, and there's like a Hit Me rune. There's a lot of good Too Scared to Run. There's some good runes here with Provoke. If you're dying for some random reason, you can use like Laws of Injustice. You get some more all resist going in your gear. Akrat's Champion Prophet. I like this when you're doing the GR20 clear, just because you have that extra life if you guys get caught out with some fire chains, or just if you get caught in a bad position. I like the Prophet rune. It also brings you back to life the first time you die while it's active, right? So if you're like really low on health, you pop Akrat's Champion, and if you die, you're gonna go back to full health. Okay, so that's a pretty good rune. Once you're speed farming and your gear gets going, you can switch to the Rally. The Rally rune is probably better for speeds and things like that. Lord Commander, more steed charges is a good thing. More bombardments is a good thing. Fervor is attack speed, CDR. So you can see, like, these are the stats that we're looking for. Finery is going to give us some raw damage overall in our gear. 1.5 strength for each gem socketed, and of course armor. In Iron Maiden, your Thorns damage is increased by 50%. So everything's pretty straightforward, but I wanted to, clean up the build and let you guys know that this is still super viable, a very strong start. You can probably clear, I'm pretty sure there's been 90 clears with the Invoker Crusaders. This build's more geared toward the speed farming range, so from, say, T13 to GR like 70, okay? And then after that, you're gonna have to make some changes to survive past that. But there's lots of build videos on YouTube. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be all for me today. If you have any questions, put them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Again, the link for the Diablo fans will be down below as well. Big shout out to Bailey. Thanks, Bailey, for being an amazing patron, supporting me and my work and the channel and all that stuff. Thank you, bro. Much love. We're gonna start doing a monthly podcast for patrons. So if you're interested in that, guess where it is? Down below. Follow me at twitch.tv/bloodshed. I'm streaming there about 6 days a week, streaming up until the holiday. We're doing some kind of holiday stream event. All right, my friends, this is the Bloodshed. It's been a while since we did that, and I'm out of here. Peace.